Morning everybody, it's another beautiful wedding coordination day and I'm actually running into Starbucks today because I heard that if you go inside you can get your drink a lot quicker. So I'm going in to grab an extra shot of espresso, get me going, have a little bit of a snack ready for me too. But it is another beautiful wedding day. It's a Sunday and we're going to be back at the Sterling Event Center and it's going to be a beautiful day. We're having an outdoor ceremony, so come along and watch the behind the scenes with me. So before I forget, this morning I stopped by Walmart on my way to work because my feet were already kind of hurting this morning from yesterday, and I was thinking, oh no, I should have grabbed some like Dr. Scholl's. So I'm gonna try out these Dr. Scholl's on my shoes because every time after we're done with the wedding, my feet are so sore. I'm like waddling to my house, and so I'm hoping that these bad boys do the trick. I mean, I've tried every kind of shoe. I've tried all the shoes. Nothing makes my feet feel good at the end of the day, no matter what I do. So now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try Dr. Scholl's, and if Dr. Scholl's doesn't come in through me, I think I'm just gonna have to get over the fact that my feet are gonna hurt after every wedding. So I'll keep you updated on to how those work for my feet. Alright, by now if you're familiar with this venue, before I do anything I stop here and I'm gonna write Sabra and Matt's name right on there so everyone knows they're coming this direction and not that direction. Also, check out my spooky nails, aren't they adorable? Alright, let's get this going.
Let's all stop and admire this cart real quick because usually it takes me like 1,200 trips, but this time it took me 3 to get everything in and out. So that was really awesome. I'm able to stack everything and roll it up together and start working on these tables. That's the first thing I always do, is get the table set up. Then one of the bridesmaids is actually working on the cake, so I made sure that she had everything she needed for the cake area from me, and I'm gonna start working on getting these tables put together. Now, when the venue does not set up the tables and chairs, it's one of those things that as a coordinator, I can help accommodate, but I cannot promise that I can get that done. So we require that you have a team of people that know that that's going to be their job, and I'll make sure that we get the job going when it's time to get it going. But in order for me to get everything accomplished, I only have 2 hands, and I'm going to need way more hands to get these chairs and tables put together, and also to have to put them back away. So that's something as a little heads up. If you need to do that yourself, I'm more than able to help out, but you can see that I'm really busy getting the tables put together right now, and so having other people put the chairs out saves tons of time because it's not just the tablecloths, it's the charger plates, the napkins, each individual fork, knife, and spoon getting placed in the right area, the centerpieces, anything that you can think of is what I'm working on, and then I have to put it all back at the end of the night. So I'm always there to help out. And then I also teach everybody how to place the chairs. We want them to kiss, we call it kissing the tablecloth. So if you scoot it all the way in, it kind of makes it look icky. But if you have the chair barely touching the tablecloth, it makes it look very nice. So I kind of go over that with the crew that's helping put the chairs around the tables, and we get this work together as a team. Now that I have the charger plates and the centerpieces on the tables as well as the napkins, I'm going to go ahead and put together this backdrop that we have, which is our twinkle light backdrop with our sheer curtain. Everybody say hello to my vendor friends! We have Be Still Photography in the house. That is something that actually becomes really fun. As a coordinator, I become really good friends with all different vendors, and whenever I recognize a familiar name and I know that it's going to be a beautiful, perfect day, it makes us all super excited to work together. So I'm able to just say hi, know that they're going to start working their job, they're going to arrive on time, and we all know that we're going to do exactly what we're supposed to do and we're going to execute it well together. So this was kind of a windy day. You can see on the trees. Made me a little bit nervous, and the ground was not 100% even. So after a lot more finagling on this hexagon to make sure everything was even for the photos, we worked together to make sure we were happy with how it was going to turn out. Our videographer is in the house now too. So hey, did you see that old school camera on the tables? I love it. Let's bring it back. I love to see all the fun memories you can capture. I'm gonna have your champagne glasses that you bring on your head table as well. We're not gonna forget looking at these beautiful cakes. We have our cedar plank. Oh my gosh, guys, those mints were so good. I'm gonna have plates, napkins, your cake cutting materials, forks, all hidden right behind there for whenever it's time for you to cut the cake. You don't need anything because I've already taken care of it for you. And I'm going to start putting away some of our stuff and making sure all of their personalized items are put together where they need to be for the guest sign-in book and favors. As usual, as soon as I'm done with all of the decorating, I'm always going to be where the photographer and the videographer are, unless there's an arrival of another vendor coming soon, then I'm available by the areas where they're going to be coming in. But I like to be near the photographer and videographer when no vendors are arriving, because I'm there to assist with any of their needs, any of their looks, anything that they're needing to have to make this an efficient day for you is what I'm there for. So I usually am nearby, but the thing is I'm always thinking about the fact that I do not want to be in your photos or in the way of the other vendors. So you can always tell I'm going to be behind them. I'm going to alter where my movement is compared to theirs, because I am thinking about the fact that you hired them to take these photos. So I don't want to be any hindrance to their job, but more of a help for them.
As most of you know, I have my wedding emergency kit. One thing I don't have in that kit is a tie clip, but I think these bobby pins ought to do the trick.
So when we're having an outdoor wedding, I usually try to help with the gifts and helping guests be able to go back outside to enjoy the outside ceremony space. And I went to go give the bobby clips over, and it looked like he didn't need it anymore, so that's great. Someone else had an extra tie clip. Meanwhile, sneaky photos are getting taken just above all of your guests who have no idea. Sometimes one of my jobs is to make sure that we get those drink dispensers filled up with all of your non-alcoholic beverages if your catering company is not providing that.
All right, gentlemen, let's roll. Go ahead and get into an order. Let's start off with the officiant. Hi. All right, thank you. So then Josh, go ahead and get with the bride's mom. And then Leighton, go ahead and get with the bride's grandparents. After that, let's have Doug get behind them. And then after that, let's have Robbie get behind them. Yeah, same people.
Okay, gotcha. You ready?
And then we've got the groom and his mom.
What's the best time?
Dusty, Lydia, Clayton, Jacqueline, Ashley, Corey, Lincoln, and Caleb. Then we're going to have the ring bearers. Are they in the back? The ring bearers. And then the flower girls. And then the bride and the groom. Or bride and the dad.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I have a question. Do you have the rings? Good. That's what we want to hear. All right. Are you guys ready? Sabra, you feel good? Remember, I'm going to be right out the door and giving you guys a little thumbs up. Officiant, wait for me to make sure. Thank you. Yes. They need to stay out.
Look at that hustle over there. Great job, Be Still Photography. He's a little out of breath. But But here we are. The bridal party's doing excellent, waiting to start walking until they have made it through. Because guess what? They're probably doing a dip and kiss right there. I knew it. Turns out to be a beautiful photo. So it was a little bit more chaotic on this one, just because we had the rehearsal that morning instead of the day before or a few days before. So that sometimes makes it more chaotic, but it was easy peasy lemon squeezy for me. Beautiful day. And here we are with the reception cocktail hour. While your guests are inside, you're getting those beautiful portraits done.
Arbor's been moved and sign's been moved. Now it's 4 minutes after the time catering should have been here. So hopefully they are here. If not, I'm going to give a phone call. They're here.
When portraits are done and you're ready for your grand entrance, the DJ kind of gets everybody in their seats ready to introduce you in. We make sure that your videographer, your photographer, everybody's on the same page, ready and set for you to walk in before we just start that moment, and you would miss the opportunities to get great photos and videos of the moment. When you have made it in, we'll have you get served first, and your vendors will also hop in line when the bridal party does. That way we can start lunching while you're munching, because that's the only time we really can't do anything. It's about time for toasts, so I'm grabbing your champagne for you, and we're making sure that the photographer and videographer is ready. After everyone's had a chance to eat, we're going to do the cake cutting. Everything's ready and placed over there for you, and we're also going to go into toasts. Don't forget, I'm not going to interfere when it's time to cut your cake. I'm actually going to talk to you in advance about how to actually cut the cake and get it safely to your plate so that you don't have any questions, and when you go up there, you're just ready to go and have fun. But I'm always right there just in case something does go wrong to help out. After this moment, the DJ and I are going to give a brief intermission to grab snacks, and we're ready to start the dances. Listen, it might look crazy, but the photo at the end looks amazing. After the dances have happened, now I'm going to be going through the tables and starting to clean up the centerpieces and make a little pile table, as I call it, of everything. That way I can kind of clear up what's not being used while the dance floor is active. Tablecloths will be the last things I remove, but here's where I'm at so far, and I'm getting myself another little handful of the most amazing things I've ever eaten in my entire life. And I'm going to go ahead and refill on some Monster Energy drink. And we're going to get ready for our sparkler moment. Never say fake exit. That's weird. Just say light up our night at 8:30. Come outside and join in on our sparkler moment. That's so much easier, right? And we can have all of those beautiful photos. We don't have to pretend we're leaving, but it's a good segue for people who are ready to go to be able to say goodbye and your closest comrades to stay with you and party on the rest of the night. After this moment, I'm just making sure all the rooms are cleaned up, closed down the way that you have contracted with the venue, and making sure to get a beautiful selfie with my bride.
Alright guys, it's the end of the day, and I would have to say that the Dr. Scholl's inserts, my feet are still sore, but they're usually, I'm like waddling home. Today I'm not too bad, so 10 out of 10. Recommend if you're a wedding coordinator. It's a beautiful event. Everything got packed up, switched vehicles, I'm home. It's late and I'm ready for bed. Thank you for following along the journey. I really love that my brides get to have this extra special behind the scenes look of their own wedding. I realized today that they actually enjoy that, and Sabra was looking forward to seeing hers. And so it's just one of those little things that I could provide extra. And I think it makes it more personalized and more fun. So if this is something that you would like to have as a coordinating for either a corporate or private event or even a wedding, you should definitely text or call the number below, and I'd be happy to help you. Thank you guys for following along.